what is the stock market? So now that we understand what investing actually is, the next question becomes, what exactly is the stock market? Because people hear that phrase constantly. The market is up today. The market crashed. The stock market hit all-time highs. The market had a bad year. But if you're a beginner, it can honestly sound kind of mysterious. Like, where is this market? Is it a building, a website, an app, a giant room full of people yelling at each other? And honestly, a long time ago, it actually kind of was that. But today, the stock market is basically a giant system where people buy and sell ownership in companies. That's the simplest way to think about it. Now let's slow that down a little. Imagine you started a pizza restaurant. Business is growing. People love the food. You want to open more locations, but expanding costs money. So maybe you decide, instead of borrowing all the money yourself, you sell small ownership pieces of your business to investors. Those ownership pieces are called stocks, and the place where people buy and sell those ownership pieces is called the stock market. That's really the foundation of it. The stock market connects people who want to invest money with companies that want to raise money. Now today, this mostly happens electronically through computers and brokerage apps. So when somebody buys stock in a company, like Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, or Coca-Cola, they're buying a small ownership stake in that business. Now obviously, owning one share of a company does not mean you suddenly control the company. You're not walking into Apple headquarters tomorrow demanding meetings. But technically, you do own a tiny piece of that company. And if the company grows over time, investors hope the value of their shares grows too. That's why people invest in stocks in the first place. Now, another important thing beginners should understand is this. The stock market itself is not just one thing. There are actually multiple stock exchanges. The two biggest in the United States are the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. Those are basically giant marketplaces where stocks are traded. And again, most of this happens electronically now, not with people screaming on trading floors like old movies. Although some trading floors still exist. Now here's another thing that confuses a lot of beginners. People often say the stock market went up. But what does that actually mean? Because not every stock moves together. Some companies go up, some go down, some barely move at all. Usually when people say the market, they're talking about major market indexes like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones. And don't worry, we are going to explain those in future videos because they're extremely important for beginners to understand. But for now, just know that these indexes help measure how large groups of companies are performing overall. Now here's the part I think scares a lot of beginners. The stock market moves constantly. Prices change every day, sometimes every second. And beginners often look at that and think, this feels like gambling. But long-term investing and short-term speculation are not necessarily the same thing. There are people who try to trade stocks rapidly every day. But there are also people who simply invest consistently over long periods of time, hoping businesses and the economy grow over decades. Those are very different approaches. And over this series, we're going to talk about all of it step by step. But right now, I don't want you getting overwhelmed. At the beginner level, the most important thing to understand is simply this. The stock market is a system where investors buy and sell ownership in companies. That's the foundation.
Looking for a simple way to potentially earn some extra cash while setting up your banking? Right now, SoFi is offering new customers a chance to earn cash bonuses when opening a SoFi Checking and Savings account. Using the link in the description, eligible users may receive a $25 bonus for opening an account, plus an additional $50 or even up to $400 when setting up qualifying direct deposits of $1,000 or more. Bonus amounts depend on eligibility and direct deposit activity, and terms and conditions apply. If you decide to check it out using my referral link, I may also receive a referral bonus, so it helps support the channel as well. As always, do your own research, read the terms carefully, and make sure any financial product fits your own situation and goals. You can find the link down in the description below.
Now, obviously, this leads to another really important beginner question. If the stock market is where people buy ownership in companies, what exactly is a stock? Like, what are you actually buying when you purchase one? That's exactly what we're covering in the next video. Because once you understand what a stock actually represents, investing starts becoming much easier to understand. And if this stuff has always felt confusing or intimidating to you, trust me, you are not alone. A lot of people avoid investing simply because nobody ever explained the basics clearly. That's the entire reason this channel exists. So if you want to keep learning investing step by step in plain English, consider subscribing to the channel. And in the next video, we're going to answer one of the most important beginner investing questions of all. What is a stock?